This video may rub y'all the wrong way, but I'm here to speak my mind on this. When it comes to social media communities, yes, you feel like you are connected to them, because you're talking through a phone screen, you're texting, maybe, video calling, whatnot, you're joining all these different groups, and you feel like in your heart that you're part of a real community. But to be part of a real community is to be able to really be around people face to face, having the real life interactions. Those are more fruitful than just a community group online. It's online. It's not, y'all not really checking in with one another really in person, because back in the day, that's how things were done. But I understand like how this world has conditioned us to only rely on social media for us to really connect. So that's why we're always like somewhat isolated, and we depend too much on those online groups to get that connection. Because before we had the phones, before we had technology, you had to go out around the block, downtown, different clubs, different bars and whatnot, different events to talk to people, to be around people, have that face to face interaction. But a lot of that isn't really happening as much. And ever since the pandemic, since 2020, it's like few and more people are just relying more on technology, relying more on phones. But that's just how it's been designed, right? We're more conditioned to rely on social media communities and real life communities, you know. And we've been kind of scammed in that way to where it's like we're programmed to believe that Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, we're actually connecting through talking online, texting one another. And that's not real community. That's not real, like, it's not building a relationship. It's not building a friendship. It's not building a connection. That's the point I'm really trying to make here and trying to hammer home, because it's not it's not really working to our benefit. You know what I mean? And sometimes you have to, sit by yourself at times to figure out who you are, who you want to be to people. You know what I'm saying? Get a chance to know yourself better and what you want to contribute to others. Because we're not always here to serve ourselves. We're here to serve other people, you know, through God's will, through God's purpose. We're here to serve others, to contribute in some type of way, right? And when you're in a community, you want to be in that community, you have to contribute in some type of way. You know what I'm saying? And, this is social media and offline as well. Offline and online. You know what I mean? You got to have something to bring to the table. You know what I mean? And when you bring value, you offer something to the table, you contribute something that people can look at and see it's valuable, then you're valuable by default, right? You offer value, you are valuable to those people. That's just how it works, you know? But I'm here to tell you, when it comes to social media communities, it's really fake. When it really comes down to it, they're fake at the end of the day, because you don't have the luxury of being around real people in real time anymore. Okay, every now and then, if you have a good set of friends and a community in your town, city, whatever, for me, it's kind of difficult. I live in an apartment complex, so it's like there's not much real community in apartments. in apartment complexes. You know what I mean? Everybody's so focused on, you know, serving their own life. Nothing wrong with that. You got to do what you got to do from time to time, but we can't also neglect, interacting and being around other people and building relationships and whatnot. We can't neglect that either. I'm all about balancing. I'm all about a balance, a healthy balance. Yes, there are times you got to stay in solitude to get yourself in order, get your life in order. But you also have to build those relationships and have those connections to really keep you going, to keep you from crashing out, to have a good support system. And I know it's hard to find a good support system, but I'm telling you, if you're relying on social media, that's not going to be enough. If you're looking for the connection on social media through all these different apps and going on to these different groups and chats and whatnot, I mean, that's going to take you only so far when it comes to fulfilling that need of connection. But it's not going to sustain it for much longer. It's only going to take you so far. You know what I mean? So I just want to kind of bring that to your mind and hammer that point home. You know, there's nothing wrong with social media. Social media is a useful tool, but we rely on it too much to a point where we just neglect interacting with people in real life.